Hey everyone, Maestro here, the football enthusiast. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's talk football. So in today's video, we're talking about the breaking news, actually a few days ago, sorry for being late, about the Bayern coach and the role. So Nagelsmann has, in fact, over here you'll see that they're considering, but no, it's done. Nagelsmann has been relieved of his duties at Bayern Munich, and Thomas Tuchel is now officially the head coach at Bayern Munich. And I kind of want to talk about, I think, if that's the right decision, why Bayern would do it, where did Nagelsmann fall short, and kind of what's the future for Nagelsmann and Tuchel. So, firstly, do I think this was the right decision? I don't know. I know that's kind of an anticlimactic answer, but gun to my head, I would say yes. I do think Thomas Tuchel is a better coach than Nagelsmann. So just yes from then on. But let's firstly understand what Nagelsmann has done at Bayern so far. So sorry about that. So in this season, they are currently sitting 25 games in with only 9 games left to play at 52 points, 1 point behind Borussia Dortmund. Now, if you haven't been keeping up tabs with the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich always run through that league. I might be wrong here, but I believe, let me just check real quick. I believe they have won the league 10 years in a row. In fact, let's just look it up right now, real quick. Let's just bring it up right here. Okay, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, they've won it 10 years in a row. They've had this league on lock for 10 years. And honestly, I don't remember in any of those 10 years it being a close title race. Dortmund are, listen, they're a fan favorite. Dortmund, people love Dortmund, but they are a club that produces great talent, but just tends to sell them off whenever a bigger club comes calling by. So, and Bayern Munich also tends to be one of those big clubs that go shopping at Dortmund and also shopping at Leipzig and Frankfurt and all these other clubs in the league and kind of take their best players and strengthen their squad even more. So, yeah, they've had the league on lock. But Nagelsmann this year has not. Sorry about that noise you guys just heard. 1 point behind Dortmund, who haven't been playing great. Dortmund are a good team, but very immature, very open. I feel like any good team in the Premiership, I feel like if this was the Premiership, Dortmund would be 5th or 6th. They haven't been playing particularly well, and let's first clarify the results, then we'll talk about the performances. Bayern Munich, okay, so 1 point behind Dortmund in the league. That's bad. I believe they're still in their cup competitions. Might be wrong there, but that's not really important either way. The Champions League, they are 8 wins out of 8. They haven't lost a single game in the Champions League this year. They just knocked out Messi and Mbappe in the Champions League at PSG. But so results-wise, the league, yes, it's bad. It's not terrible, but it's not good enough. You need to be winning. Come on. 7 draws, 3 losses, that's not good enough. Especially for as dominant as they are compared to their competition, that should be much better. But the performance, the Champions League has been perfect. It's been perfection. But, and this is what I like about what Bayern have done, and I give them credit. They're seeing between the lines here. Bayern Munich are not playing good football. I said this before in my PSG Bayern preview from the first leg. PSG are bad, yes, but Bayern aren't great either. Okay, defensively they are very poor. They've definitely so far failed to replace Lewandowski. Choupo-Moting is, look, respect. He is okay. He is not Lewandowski. That's ridiculous, and I think they've struggled in that term. Mane has been good, not great. First and foremost, he's been injured quite a bit, so that's an issue. And when he has played, he's looked good, but not good enough to the point where he can fill in, the shoes of a winger as well as the shoes of a number 9 in Lewandowski. So that's just too much of a job for Mane. And ultimately, I think their defense is where they fail the most. And I don't think, whilst it's great that 8 out of 8 wins. Like I said before, they haven't been playing great football, so I want to say huge credit to Bayern Munich to seeing between the lines and not being fooled by the results in the Champions League, and kind of understanding that yes, we are 8 out of 8. It's looking perfect. It's looking secure in the Champions League, but with the Bundesliga and with just how they're playing, they can look past the results, look past the W's, and just understand this is not what we want. We want more. And more is what they believe Tuchel will bring them. Because I also want to point out, here's why I think here's a second reason why they fired Nagelsmann. Not because they were just they were clearly dissatisfied with Nagelsmann's cooperation with the team and what he was doing with it. But also, from what I understand, from seeing the headlines and stuff, Tuchel was on the market. As we all know, Tottenham Hotspur, their manager is having a crisis, a mental crisis, and supposedly could be leaving very soon. And there were rumors that Tuchel would be a prime candidate. And that being said, it seems Bayern Munich were very much interested in Tuchel straight after he left Chelsea, and learning that if they don't act now, they could very well lose Tuchel. They decide to take the leap and bring in, fire Nagelsmann and bring the man in that they want. They clearly want Tuchel. It's something that they've probably been looking at for some time, pretty much ever since he left Chelsea, and they seem very, very happy about it. So I think that's another reason. It's not just because the results are bad from Nagelsmann, but also, the performances are bad from Nagelsmann, but also because Tuchel is a quality manager that they very much appreciate and understand just how good he is, and they want to capitalize on this before anyone else comes in. So that's another reason. Now, how do I think Tuchel will do? I mean, when he was fired from Chelsea, I said, and I still say to this day, he is a top 5 manager in the world. I couldn't believe he was fired from Chelsea. And it should be pointed out, he wasn't fired from Chelsea because of his results. He was fired because the way Bowley wanted to go for the future of Chelsea, how they wanted to play, how they wanted to do things, do their day-to-day, was they couldn't see eye to eye on that. So that's, I think, also a reason why he left. I still want to clarify, terrible decision. I think at the time, and still to this day, he is a top 5 manager in the world. I thought he did exceptionally well considering the place he had at Chelsea. With all due respect, just gonna be brutally honest here, bums. Okay. Now, of course, that's not the case anymore. They had a crazy window, but with Enzo and Felix, etc. But Tuchel never had those players. He had the issue of Mount and Havertz and Gallagher, etc. and more. Loftus-Cheek, just not good enough players at all. So I do think this is a great hire, and I do think Bayern will get better. In what ways? Defensively, for sure. They have to be far more better defensively with Tuchel in the team. We understand that Tuchel can deliver on the offense as well, but defensively is what he is best at most. So he'll definitely show that up. Of course, there are still issues. The whole of the number 9 role is still an issue, but I'm sure he'll conjure up something. Now, in terms of my predictions for where Bayern Munich will finish, oh, sorry about that. What's this? Sorry. Before this hire, I did believe that City would beat Bayern. I still do. I don't think Tuchel can. I mean, look, he's great, but it's Pep also, so he's also great, and it's not that much time. I think they need a window, Bayern Munich. I think they need to bring in a replacement for Lewandowski, a good one. There are rumors that Harry Kane might be an option. That would be perfect for them, to be honest. Well, not perfect, because I don't know how he would work with Müller, but I mean, I guess I would just bench Müller, to be honest. But it would be a great transfer. But for now, they have that hole in the number 9 role that Moting for me just can't fill. And I understand he scored against PSG, but we need to really understand that PSG team is dreadful. It's not a good team. It's not a good team. It says something that if you listen to Mbappe and Messi's words when they're with their national teams, they feel much more positive. and much more sure of themselves in those teams as they are in PSG. So yeah, not much of a feat. But look, I want to, cap this video off by saying this is ruthless management from Bayern Munich. But I think it's a good decision. It is harsh to fire a man who, yes, he's 1 point behind, but you think he'd recover and win the Bundesliga still. And he also has 8 out of 8 wins. But this is the Bayern board understanding that we can see between the lines here. The results aren't terrible, but the performances are nowhere near up to what they want. And they also saw a guy listen, they saw an opportunity that they thought that they could miss. If they didn't go for Tuchel now, they could miss it and he'd be gone at Spurs or somewhere else. So they took this is ruthless management from the Bayern board, and I have nothing but respect for them. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the hire. I do think it's a good hire. I do think he will improve Bayern greatly, but not enough to get them through City. I think City will still win, but it will definitely make that time much more interesting. I do want to say, part of me really, really wants, actually no, I really, really want Bayern and Chelsea to meet in the semi-finals, because that would be a spectacle to watch. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. I really, really appreciate it. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Please subscribe for more. And of course, please take care of yourselves and have a great day. And let me know what you think down below.